Factor cap, Justin Jefferson should be MVP.
Tyreek's not doing what Jjettas is doing. He's
No one is doing what Tyreek does. What the f*** are you smoking?
Sup, motherfuckers? It's Jack. I get an intro caps off this week, baby. Can we use that? Is that good?
Yeah, why not?
Welcome back to Caps Off. Let's go.
All right, well, maybe one more curse. Third time's a charm. One more curse.
That's it. That's all I got. Yeah.
Wow.
That was unexpected. Thanks for letting me do that,
Yeah,
guys.
look at your smile.
We wanted you to intro. Jack has yet to intro caps off, so we needed to get him to give us a little.
Yeah, that's a little energy to start your Wednesday,
Yeah,
baby.
I like it.
Yeah,
let's
right.
go.
Tuesday. I guess we're gonna drop this today.
Bring in the
Are we dropping it on
Peroni.
Tuesday
I
today?
think we should drop it today because we didn't get to drop one. We didn't get to record yesterday.
Happy Taco Tuesday.
Yeah,
Something on my
happy
pocket.
holidays. Parodi brought his little Parodi personality to the pod to kick us
Parodi
off.
personality.
Yeah, Parodi
I like
personality.
Yeah, the pee-pee.
As
Matan loves my pee-pee.
Jack's back in studio. Felipe's still in Miami for Christmas. Should be back by our predictions episode.
Felipe, how was your Christmas?
Christmas was great, man. But, being in Miami, I got a little sick, actually. So, I had to get a little cough out right there. But being in Miami, I was expecting it to be warm. Not that I want a warm Christmas. I like a cold Christmas. But at least, if I'm going to be in Miami, I'm going to take advantage of the warm weather. But it wasn't warm. It was cold as hell, man. It got to 40-something. I naturally being in Miami, Adam knows you walk out. You don't even look at the weather. And it's you walk out probably no sleeves and it's nice and warm.
Wow.
I was going to go for a little walk to the local, coffee shop. And
This isn't New York,
wasn't able
brother.
to do that because it was too cold.
This isn't New York. You don't walk out and just go find a coffee shop.
Yeah, I don't think it works like that anywhere except New York.
Well, we have coffee shops near us, but the point is that it was cold as hell. So I walked there. I had to go Uber back. That's how cold it was.
Yeah,
so
damn.
You had to Uber back from the coffee shop?
That's tough.
Well, there's
bro, and it's like a 25-minute walk too. It's an easy walk.
Jeez.
And
but see, if you were in New York and it was 40 degrees, you'd make that walk in a heartbeat.
Totally.
That's the funniest part.
Yeah, but bro, I was wearing short shorts, bro. I looked like Magic Johnson in the 80s, bro. I had no sleeves. It wasn't good. I thought I was.
Man, I pay a lot of money to see
and
these
but no.
sleeveless. I ain't gonna lie.
Sleeveless and short shorts.
And shirtless.
To see
and-
thighs.
and
it's
shortless.
tough.
And just naked.
Yeah.
What?
What?
All right,
It's tough.
well,
It's tough.
Felipe, you had a good weekend. I'm glad you had a nice holiday. I'm glad that
Thanks,
your team.
man.
I'm happy for you. No other Cowboy fan am I happy for.
Did you
but for
get
you, I'm
faded
happy.
up this weekend, Lipe? Did you get faded up recently?
No, his hair doesn't look.
No,
Or is it?
No, he looks disheveled.
I just saw him turn to the side. The profile looked pretty good fade, you know?
Wait. What?
Nah, I gotta.
You look like you got the soccer cut. One side is a fade and the other is long.
It kind of looks like that a little bit. That's not the goal. That's funny. Goal play on word soccer.
I got
huh?
that.
Nice.
No, I have a haircut scheduled for Friday. I think Thursday. Got to do the New Year fresh.
course.
You know what I mean?
Of course.
All right, well, big, huge NFL weekend. I mean,
Huge.
holy sh! I mean, a lot happened. What are we talking about today? We got a lot. We're going to play some factor caps, some power rankings.
Yeah, we're doing
the whole
it-
9 yards.
We're doing a little different this week because we obviously were off Monday for the holiday, but we're going to do some factor caps. We'll talk about them a little longer, get the recaps going. We'll do it all. So, Felipe, factor cap. We're going to talk about the NFCs for a second because it was a good matchup this week.
Of course.
Factor cap. The Eagles are still the best team in the NFC.
Yeah, I'm gonna go facts. I'm not gonna take away from a team that's playing without their quarterback. I didn't want to do that with the Cowboys when they were playing with Cooper Rush. I'm not going to do it with the Eagles when they're playing with Gardner Minshew as a starting quarterback. Even though he is a starting quarterback in the NFL, we saw that he's talented enough. He still has the moxie. He's still that guy that can go out there and perform. I'm not going to take that away from the Eagles. I'm going to be fair because I'm a fair fan. You know what I mean?
Oh, for sure, yeah.
I care about being objective.
Yeah.
Right?
That's if
so
I could
I'm
describe
gonna still
Felipe
say
Fontes, that's it. Yeah, for sure.
I'm gonna still say the Eagles are the best team, but I say the Cowboys are a bigger threat. The Eagles are the best team, but the Cowboys are a bigger threat. I'm not scared of the Eagles, but they play complete football. If they had Jalen Hurts starting on what was it, Saturday on Christmas Eve, then it would have been a better game for sure, and it still was a good game. But I'm gonna go Eagles.
Wait.
Do we know when?
Hold on. Did you just say the Eagles are the best team, but the Cowboys are a bigger threat? How does that work? How does that just clarify? 'Cause I'm not good at math.
So right. So
floor ceiling
what I see with the Eagles is consistency. I see a good football team that has a really good offensive line, has a good defensive line, the best pass defense in the league, and they can run the ball and they can throw off of that. Right? AJ Brown, Devontae Smith, Dallas Goedert now back. So they're a well-oiled machine. They function very well when it comes to just moving the ball and stopping the other team from scoring. But the Cowboys have more offensive firepower. So who thought the Cowboys would score 40 against the Eagles' pass defense? I'll tell you what, I did because I guessed the 38-point score for the Cowboys. But most people didn't because it's the Eagles' defense. It's the number one defense in the league. The Cowboys can go out and score 40 against anybody. They're averaging 36 points per game since Dak has come back. So the Cowboys have more firepower. We say it all the time, ceiling. I'm not going to say it now because we always debate about high ceilings and all this. But the Cowboys have more firepower. They can go higher. But they're not as consistent as the Eagles. And we know that, like the interceptions, the miscommunication with the receivers, and the defense sucks right now. So I'm going to give the Eagles the edge, even though I think the Cowboys can edge them out on like a knock. If it's like a knockout punch thing, I'm going Cowboys. But obviously consistency wins a lot of times.
Do we know when Jalen Hurts is coming back too?
I don't think they said he might play, but I think he shouldn't play for the rest of the season. There's there's no point in risking.
There's only 2 more weeks.
I don't like if he comes back for the playoffs too, because most times any quarterback comes back from injury, that first game back, it's a little rocky. Like, if I'm an Eagles fan, I mean, obviously you have a guy in Gardner Minshew, moxie, first and last out kind of guy. Real
good
gritty, workhorse.
Word,
like, I love moxie's another really good way to describe a white football player.
Yeah.
But you have a guy there, but like, dude, I'm a little scared if you try to bring back Jalen Hurts in the playoffs, even if you're playing a team like the Commanders or whoever you're going to play first round, whatever it is. I'm a little scared with that.
I will say,
I don't know.
Felipe, it was a very good argument. I appreciate you explaining that to me. I think it makes total sense. Back to your question, I'm going to say fact. However, I have a different thing I'm thinking about, which is Jalen.
Dirty to me.
Yeah, I will. I will say it in a different way. But Jalen Hurts is no longer the MVP. I think we kept saying Patrick Mahomes, obviously, and Felipe said it, but what the game against the Cowboys showed me was Jalen is not as valuable to the team as we thought he was. And that's not to say that he's not great and he doesn't provide other facets to the entire offense. But for them to still hang 35 points on the Cowboys with Gardner Minshew, who really hasn't played, to me was super impressive. We had a feeling that was going to happen.
We said that.
It's almost like having an elite offensive line and receivers and run game helps.
Totally.
Like,
so that's the biggest takeaway for me. When Jalen Hurts is back, I think it's a completely different ballgame. I think they are even more lethal because there's more depth to what they have on offense. But I still think, for me, what I learned the most out of that game is, yes, the Eagles are still the best team in the NFC. However, Jalen Hurts is not the MVP because Gardner came in and still put up 35.
What makes the Eagles so good is the same way. It's the same reason the Niners are so good. Is that the system is there. The system is there. So they have weapons, and they also have the chemistry as a team. They have the offensive line. They do have those receivers who are good star players, but they're able to somehow plug and play a quarterback and still be successful. The Cowboys, I don't think, have that, where they have a lot of star power. They have to have Dak Prescott in because Dak is obviously their superstar quarterback. And with Cooper Rush, they would win some games, but like they were not nearly as dominant with Cooper as they were with Dak.
Bro.
NFC hot take alert. Cowboys, Eagles, great. I think I trust the Niners more than either of those teams in the NFC.
I was waiting for someone to say it.
Yeah,
If not, I was going to.
You're welcome. Big over there, you little pink, beautiful dinosaur over there. You look like I don't know. I just think
Barney?
Barney. Well, Barney's purple. My head went to. I was going to say a Teletubby,
Close enough.
but I don't think there's a
Close enough.
Yeah, true.
Well,
but to that point, I just think. You've been there. You've been to the NFC Championship. You've been to a Super Bowl. When I look at the Eagles, the Cowboys, and the Niners, I trust the system because the system has shown me time and time again that it can take you to the promised land. I haven't seen the Eagles be able to do it. Obviously, this team is far different than what they were over the last couple of years. The same with the Cowboys. We like to say that this team looks better, but I just have the most faith right now in the Niners. And I think I trust them the most, but I want to hear from the Niners fan. What are your thoughts on that?
Well, I mean, you kind of hit the nail on the head. It's the system. I think it's the fact that the 49ers have the best defense bar none in the entire league, and that's always going to keep you in games, right? No matter what, you don't need, like how the Cowboys, like their defense isn't playing very well right now, you don't need the offense to go out and score 35, 40 a game. Yeah. You just need to score 20, 24 points, something like that. Yeah. You're going to win the game. Brock Purdy's been scoring 30-plus. Let's see, like since he came in, I mean, the offense has been really clicking lately. Let's see. He's got, he scored 33, 35, 21, and 37 points, and the last 2 weeks has been without Debo. Yeah. But then George Kittle has stepped up and done this. So, like, there's just so many weapons for Brock Purdy.
Been missing Debo.
Yeah, the last 2 weeks. And thing is, when he comes back, that's just another piece for Kyle Shanahan to play with.
Didn't McCaffrey also not play great?
He didn't play awesome last game. No, it was more like what's Tyrion Davis or something.
Dude,
the
Niners are scary.
He has like 3 names.
Tyrion Davis Price.
Tyrion Davis Price. Yeah.
The Niners are scary, man. They really are. They really are.
What are your
it's
thoughts?
like Mike McCarthy's won a Super Bowl, but he hasn't done it really with the Cowboys. We haven't seen Nick Sirianni really do anything in the playoffs with the Eagles yet. So I think at some point it does come down to experience, defense. I just something about the Niners. I just feel like you can trust them more because we've seen them do it with these guys.
What are your thoughts over there, Cutie from Miami?
Look, man, you guys say it every single time that one of these teams has experience. The only team that has won a Super Bowl out of these three teams is the Eagles.
Peterson.
Bro. Only one team. A different coach, but the same management. Howie Roseman, same guy, bro. Like he put a system together the first time. He can put another system together again. That's gonna win. So he knows the guy up top. The reason the Cowboys don't win is because the guy up top is because of management. It's because of Jerry Jones. Doesn't matter who's coaching. Doesn't matter none of that stuff. The Eagles have the guy up top that is constructing the team that can win, and he's done it before. So if he did it 3 or 4 years ago, or I can't count, maybe 5 years ago now, 2017, then he can do it now. Yeah, sure. I mean, in terms of just trust, I guess it's the Niners. Yes. I mean, they're the healthiest team. They're the healthiest team right now outside of quarterback. Obviously, Debo coming back is good. George Kittle looks like George Kittle from 2 years ago when he was arguably the best tight end in the league. And so they're pretty deep. The Cowboys are in trouble because their injuries have hurt them on the defensive side of the ball. They don't have any defensive back help. They suck on the secondary, and that shows you that how important the secondary is to get pass rush on a quarterback. They get no pressure on the quarterback. Micah Parsons still leads the NFL in pressures, which is why he's the defensive player of the year. Even though they're not getting any help on the secondary. The Cowboys gave up 30-something points to the Eagles and Gardner Minshew. They gave up 30-something or maybe 40 to Trevor Lawrence and the Jaguars. So the defense sucks. Dak Prescott's going to have to carry this team, and he has the capability to do so. But if I'm going to trust a team that I think is going to have more like balance, then it's just easier to do so.
Dak Prescott's overrated. Who's got to say it? Adam's going to say it. Jack, you going to say it?
I don't watch the Cowboys enough because I feel like he throws picks, but he's like I'd say he was like 16 of 18 to start the game last week.
Let's fire up Felipe. You gonna say it?
Bro, I didn't watch a play of last game. I didn't watch a play of that.
God damn it! Are you gonna say it?
No.
Dak Prescott's not overrated. Actually,
I think he's underrated. Right? If anything,
I agree.
All right, I'll just cook it up real quick. Right, Dak Prescott sacked 6 times. On Saturday against the Eagles. The running backs averaged 2.9 yards per carry, so he's obviously getting no help. The pass blocking sucks. In terms of pass block win rate, the Cowboys are 32nd or 31st actually in the league out of 32 teams. In terms of wide receiver separation, the Cowboys are last. Okay, so Adam always talks about Dak. The Cowboys should run the ball like Dak. Dak's overrated and all this stuff. Clearly, he's not. He was the first quarterback to throw for over 300 yards against the Eagles this year, the best pass defense in the league. And after the pick 6 that he threw, which was a bad pick 6, but I wasn't tripping about it really because it was one of those like not really attention to detail. He should have just floated it over the defender. Didn't fine. After that, 25 for 32, 332 yards, 3 touchdowns, and 141.6 passer rating. That's something Tua can't talk about. Okay, so that is a very elite quarterback. When you're talking about overrated, then there's got to be something to base overrated off of. And obviously, interceptions have been high over the past few weeks. And we talked about that's not all on Dak. That's not all on Dak.
My friend. I was just trying to.
Let me finish this. That's not all on Dak. That's not all on Dak. Because if you look at the interceptions, half of those interceptions that Dak threw were bobbled off the receiver's hands, which leads the league in the NFL for interceptions that shouldn't have been. That should have been an interception. I said leads the league in the NFL. Follow me here. Okay. So Dak is not overrated.
We're still talking about Dak?
He's a great great. He's a great quarterback. And not only that, when we're talking about interception percentage, if we want to bring that up for this year, let's bring up all time because Dak has the 9th best interception rate of all time with 1.9%.
Bro, you came prepared.
My friend. My friend, I was just trying to rile you up. I was just trying to get you going
Hey,
a little bit.
I gotta bring the
and it
stats.
works.
I gotta bring the stats.
We've always
I gotta
all
bring the
here
stats,
said
bro.
Dak is definitely underappreciated, but I just tried to get you into it. But don't bring up Tua. It's sensitive. Okay.
I do want to bring up Tua.
Oh,
Because we need to move on. We've been talking about
Yeah.
Dak. Felipe just went on a 45-minute rant about Dak being.
Yo, what time is
not
it, bro?
under-
is
Holy
it? Yeah. What are we doing here?
Yeah, that's our time.
Felipe's going to name his firstborn Dakota.
He might.
I would. It's a
I
nice
might.
name.
Dakota Fontes has a good.
Dakota Fontes does have
It does. It's got a ring to it. All right, let's move on. We
always a
got a
silver
lot more to cover here. All right. Factor cap. The Dolphins won't make the playoffs.
Who else would make it instead of him? Like
The Jets?
Jets?
Cap. It's a cap. The Dolphins are still going to make the playoffs, even though Teddy Bridgewater is probably going to have to play this weekend.
He goes, cap. It's a cap.
It's a cap. It's a cap. It's a cap. Enough of the fucking shit, all right? Yes, they're 0-4 over the last 4. I get it, Felipe. You're going to talk about it. I get it. Tua's been bad. Tua's,
Words are hard.
I was going to curse, and my brain short-circuited because I was like, don't curse.
Yo.
But Tua, you shit the bed in the fucking 4th. So, you know what? You want to talk all your shit? Go for it, all
Well,
right?
here's the thing: is the Dolphins are going to lose this week to the Patriots, right? Because Teddy Bridgewater sucks. As much as I love Teddy Two Gloves, he sucks. The Jets with Mike White back, the Seahawks are reeling a little bit. They're playing in Seattle. If Mike White, if let's say the Jets beat the Seahawks this weekend, if Mike White's going up against Teddy Bridgewater, I don't think Tua's going to play the rest of the season. If that's the matchup, I'll take Mike White 10 times out of 10 over freaking Teddy.
Shout out University School Suns.
I think the Jets make the playoffs over the Dolphins. I see the schedules.
It's going to come down to New York in Miami. Week 17, winner take all. I'm going to be there, but it's not going to matter because we're going to win this weekend. We're going to win in New York. You see how hard it is for me to talk myself into this one? This one's real tough. I'm going to say it's a cat.
You're gonna win. You're gonna win in New England.
Yeah, Teddy.
Yeah, Teddy.
He's going to turn
Teddy Two
back
Gloves,
time.
baby.
Teddy's going to turn back time. You hear what he said? Say it again.
Teddy
Teddy
Bridgewater will turn back time.
Will turn back
We're
time.
gonna go
To
Louisville,
pre-
Teddy. Like
Bomb exploding in his knee.
Oh, that
Before Teddy Bridgewater's knee exploded,
tough.
he was a good quarterback. And then someone fucking put some
Facts.
sort of time bomb in his knee,
Yeah.
Bro,
and
Matt,
everything exploded.
I will quietly whisper.
He was good. He was the future in Minnesota, and then
I still think even
Yeah, he
if Tua plays against Mike White, like the last week of the season, the Jets defense is gonna give Tua hell.
Tua's working on 3 concussions this season.
Yeah, he's really bumping the numbers up right
yikes.
now.
I mean,
Yikes.
he's taking Teddy's injury for a ride. So
Jeez, dude. Look, I'm looking at the conference right now, and Jacksonville, Jacksonville should make it, right? I mean, so
Yeah.
who are you guys fighting for the wild card?
It's really the Jets and the Patriots. The Chargers just clinched.
The Jets and the
Titans
Patriots.
don't look like the Jags are going to run
Okay,
away
the Chargers.
with it.
You're right.
But I will say it will get confusing because if the Titans, this week's Titans matchup doesn't matter at all. So it's going to be Jags-Titans week 17. And if the Jags lose, it could be winner take all for the AFC South. And then that team could potentially be that last wild card spot. I still think the Dolphins make the playoffs. If the Dolphins don't make the playoffs, the season is a colossal failure with the amount of shit that you added. Then you look to the next offseason, and I'll quietly whisper it, but like, what are you gonna do with Tua? He keeps fucking up in the 4th. Can I whisper something? You called me out. You called me a jack. Called me a fake fan for just
You are a fake
quietly
fan.
sending
You're
a
a fake fan.
photoshopped jersey. It's just photoshopped.
I think you're real for that, to be honest.
tell us what it
You
is.
think I'm real?
I think
for
you're
that?
a
Nah,
real
you're fake.
fan
Nah,
for
Tell
you're
the
that.
fake.
fans.
Thank you.
Tell the listeners what it is.
Okay.
Read that.
Go.
Well, I was nervous
Can
because
you write it out?
Well, I've been getting good engagement on my Dolphins stuff, so
They
I
don't-
didn't want to get shit on. You know, I was-
No,
Why
on
don't you
Twitter.
just tweet
Put
it
on
out?
Twitter.
Tua's
If
not
you're
the
a real-
answer.
If you're a real
The
Dolphins
Tua
fan,
project.
put it on Twitter.
The Tua project is over now, my friend.
I don't think it's over. We've
The
seen
Tua experiment's
no,
done.
it's not
It's
over.
not. We've seen that he can be a
Nah,
lead quarterback, but we've also
His
seen
career's done. He should fucking retire. I'm sorry.
have
Like,
some respect, all right?
I do,
said you
for
had
his
three
head.
con-
Don't
You
say
said
that.
you had 3 concussions one time, and you're kicking and screaming
I
still.
had 6.
Well, that
But I never
explains a
had
lot.
one that made me wobble like him before and all that shit.
The 6 explains a lot, but we've seen that Tua can be an elite quarterback, but we've also seen that Tua can't stay healthy, and that's a whole other conversation. And he could be a good quarterback. I still think he possesses every thing that you might want for a system quarterback in that Mike McDaniel offense, but he's relying far too much on timing. He's relying far too much on his eyes and that receiver to be open, and he's just throwing at it. Now, he could have been concussed playing that 4th quarter, but I think that's like a stupid excuse to say like he was
Bro,
concussed.
with
and he's-
all these concussions, his eye manipulation is out the window.
and the
Can I
DVOA.
ask you something?
And the
That's
DVOA.
facts.
Can I ask you
That's
something?
facts.
Who of any quarterback in the NFL that could potentially make the move to Miami? Who is it that you want to see in Miami?
You know what you're doing here.
I'm just throwing a lob for a jam. That's what this is.
Zach Wilson.
I need this clipped out for social. This is a
lob for a jam. What quarterback in the NFL this offseason do you want to get on the Miami Dolphins?
Are we talking D Wade to LeBron?
Yeah, I'm D Wade. You're LeBron. Throw it down.
Jamarcus Russell.
Jamarcus Russell. What are we doing? Jamarcus Russell. Yeah. No, Brock Purdy maybe. It's Lamar. I mean, let him come home if you want to come home. I love you, Tua. I do.
No, you don't.
But he doesn't love me.
Well, yeah, Lamar's a better quarterback.
Yeah, I mean, Lamar's won an MVP, and Lamar is underappreciated in
Florida
Baltimore.
Guy?
He's a Florida guy.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
Come home.
Boy, with Kodak.
So Adam, you've given up. So you've given up on your quarterback.
No, not at all. I just said we've shown that he can be an elite quarterback, but this is 3 years in a row where the games in December mean something of some capacity. And you debunked the fact that you can play in cold weather. You debunked a lot of things, and the biggest issue right now is something that you have always said, and I will give you credit for, is that he's relying on the system a lot, and he's waiting for those receivers to be open. He's trusting the fact that the play design is so goddamn good that those guys are going to be open, and he's not playing off script. And right now, at the end of the day, if you want to be great, if your team wants to have Super Bowl aspirations, I'm going to need more from the quarterback position than just relying on timing every single time. You're not going to be able to rely on that. So I don't know if Tua can be the top 5 quarterback, but in today's NFL, there's too many goddamn young quarterbacks that are fantastic. And Lamar, if you want to come, Tua, I'll still love you. I'll still support you. I'll still get calf implants. Whatever you need me to do. I wish you the best, but you don't need to play anymore. Your head.
Who would you rather have for the next 10 years for the Miami Dolphins? Tua Tagovailoa or Lamar Jackson?
Lamar.
Okay.
That's not. But again, anyone
that's not crazy to say
anyone
that
says Tua is just a biased Dolphins fan like myself. I'll be the first person to admit that. That's crazy to say. It's not a knock necessarily on Tua. It's what Lamar's been able to do with nothing. Yeah. Lamar has nothing, and he still puts up seasons. Let's move on.
Felipe, you started to bring up the Jaguars before and how they could potentially steal a spot in the playoffs. So I do want to talk about Trevor Lawrence because he's been absolutely balling, hooping, whatever you want to call it.
Big hooper. Hooping hours.
So we were talking before the pod about the best young quarterbacks in the AFC. So I think we should just go around and rank them because Trevor Lawrence is making he's making a top 5.
Whoa, J.J. Watt just retired.
Whoa.
No way.
J.J. Watt has just retired?
Holy shit.
Whoa.
After the season, but still, wow.
Wow. All right.
I thought somehow him and TJ were going to play together for a year.
Where does J.J. Watt rank now that he's retired? Where does he rank amongst greatest defensive players of all time?
I think he's a top
top 3.
He's in the conversation with LT. He's in the conversation shit.
T, Micah Parsons, and JJ.
Shut the fuck up, bro.
Oh my god.
I'm playing. LT, Dion, Aaron Donald, JJ, bro.
Ray Lewis is in that conversation. Dude. There's those dudes are
the Watt brothers.
Sheesh.
Do you think that the Bosa brothers could ever overtake the Watt brothers as the best brothers?
No. And they're both really damn good, too.
That blatant.
Well, Derek Watt. It's hard to beat Derek Watt. It's hard to be a great fullback in the NFL. So that's why the Bosa brothers, they can't do that.
Wow.
Nick, I love you. Joey, I love you. But, neither of you guys are playing fullback, and that's a lot harder. But, hey, shout out to J.J. Watt for an amazing career.
People forget, JJ, everybody talks about how dominant Aaron Donald has been the past, 5-7 years. People forget JJ was literally that before that.
He was
JJ
even
was the
more
best player
so,
in
I
football.
think.
Dude, 3-time defensive player of the year. He was scoring touchdowns on offense. They would put him on at tight end on goal line packages. He was different.
Bro, I feel like J.J. Watt didn't really have a position either. You could play him at the nose, you could play him at the end, edge, whatever you wanted to do. He could do it, and he was going to kill you at it, every single time. That guy was crazy.
That's crazy.
He was wild. Holy shit.
Do you think?
Damn, that's wild, man.
Yeah.
Start bench trade, J.J. Watt, Lawrence Taylor, and Aaron Donald.
I'm starting Lawrence Taylor because he did coke on the sideline.
I was going to say, coked up LT is a terrifying man.
That shit, bro. Who was a quarterback that was he was pre-snap, and then he looked over at the sideline, and Lawrence Taylor was doing coke or some, and then he came in. He came in the next play and just
the ultimate PED.
Yeah.
Those are some sick PEDs.
Emphasis on the
I'll take
chick.
LT. That's honestly, it's up for grabs, bro. I don't really want to do that star bench trade. You set me up for failure.
Strictly because
All-time
I didn't have
JJ
any
Watt
brain cells, with watching Lawrence Taylor. And I love JJ Watt. I love his wife. Aaron Donald, on the other hand, too big kind of makes me uncomfortable. So I'm gonna.
JJ Watt's not big for you.
No. He's got
It's a different kind of girthiness.
Yeah, he's like Felipe's thighs
like
and neck together.
Aaron Donald's like a muscle hamster.
Yeah, can I just start JJ Watt and I'll bench Aaron Donald and I'll cut or trade or whatever it is Lawrence Taylor just because I wasn't around to talk on Lawrence Taylor.
I don't know who I would take.
This guy's a casual. Did you even watch The Blind Side, bro? Are you kidding me?
Wait, why the blind side?
Bro, that first scene, Joe Theismann that was tackled by Lawrence Taylor, snaps his leg in half. It was Lawrence Taylor, the most vicious player in NFL history.
I'm not a movie,
Bro, it was his leg. It was
leg or
literal
back? It was
Kevin
something
Ware
like
shit
that.
on the back of Joe. Ended his career.
Shout out JJ Watt for an amazing career.
We need to get back on track here, though, but shout out JJ Watt.
Yeah.
All right, let's get back to Trevor Lawrence, though, for a second, because he has been balling. But we were going to rank the best young quarterbacks in the AFC. So I guess we could just go around. Who was on the list, Adam? You sent a list of a bunch of good
under
ones.
27 and under, Josh Allen, Patrick Mahomes, Joe Burrow, Lamar, Justin Herbert, Trevor Lawrence.
Well, why is Mahomes in there? We all know he's number one.
Well, hold on. Ranking quarterbacks 27 and under, there are conversations around that.
How old is Mahomes?
27.
He's 27?
I might be missing quarterbacks, but if I'm ranking these quarterbacks, I go Patrick Mahomes 1, Josh Allen 2, Joe Burrow 3, Lamar 4, Herbert 5. Ooh.
You're putting Trevor 6?
I don't want to, but I just
He's not
still
there yet.
young.
I have a completely
That's real
different
cute,
list
Adam.
than you, my man.
That's cute, bro.
Thank you.
I have a completely different list than Adam right there.
Go for it.
I'm going to go Mahomes 1, Joe Burrow 2, Josh Allen 3, Trevor Lawrence 4, Lamar 5, Herbert 6.
I like it.
Felipe, thoughts, 27 and under quarterbacks, hit us.
Patrick Mahomes,
Obviously.
Joe Burrow,
Obviously.
Smart man.
Trevor Lawrence,
Over Josh Allen?
Lamar Jackson, Justin Herbert. Trevor Lawrence is better than Josh Allen.
No, he's not.
How do you say that?
The last few weeks,
I don't
sure.
know how you say that either.
I think you're just being an asshole. Are you just being an asshole?
Because I look at the hair.
You're being an asshole.
I look at the moxie.
He doesn't have moxie.
What does moxie mean?
Yeah, oh my God.
Bro.
He takes off the helmet and he
That's not
his hair's just
moxie.
like flowing in the
Can I
back.
ask a question
Yeah,
just
dude.
for the idiots in the room? What does moxie mean?
You either know it or you don't. Like, you either know
know-
what
You
don't know
moxie
what it
is.
means.
Everyone knows what moxie is, but you can't define it, bro.
Moxie is like a certain type of swagger, bro.
Yeah, it's like an edge.
You're like,
Dude,
it's
you didn't
white
know what the
swagger.
fuck you meant.
Bro, I know what moxie is when I
Your
see
shit
I just
moxie.
asked you.
Johnny Manziel in college,
I
moxie.
just
Baker
asked you-
Mayfield in Oklahoma,
I just asked
moxie.
you what moxie meant and you couldn't define it.
I can give you plenty of examples
No
of
one
guys
knows
with
what it means,
moxie.
but you know what it
Besides
means.
Felipe.
Felipe, keep going.
Smart, stupid,
I can give you
stupider.
25
Let him
examples
smart.
of players
Let
with
him
moxie
explain
right now
himself.
if you want it.
Let him explain himself. Go, Felipe. Please.
Jeez, Matan goes to war for me, bro.
Bro,
I
always.
love this man.
The Cowboys, though.
I agree with Jack in terms of like Patrick Mahomes. Like we should start after Mahomes because obviously he's the clear number one. But after that, it's up in the air, bro. Josh Allen, Joe Burrow, even Lamar Jackson and Trevor Lawrence, like that, I think is up in the air. Who do I want right now? Next week, I want I want Joe Burrow, but after that, I want Trevor Lawrence. I want Trevor Lawrence over the other guys because Trevor Lawrence is hot right now, not only physically. Actually, he's not that hot physically,
He's actually
but
pretty ugly.
he's kind of got like a Greek. He's got like a Greek, like what are those? It's not even Greek, like one of the Egyptian like sphinxes thing. He kind of looks like that.
He does have that
he's
slender
A-
He
Yeah,
build.
looks like an Egyptian pharaoh.
Eamon Targaryen, whatever his name
That's
is.
it. Right. To me, it's like Trevor Lawrence, Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson. It's up in the air, man. Trevor Lawrence can do everything that those guys can do. Obviously, not run like Lamar, but in terms of performing as a quarterback, man, Trevor Lawrence is different, bro. Trevor Lawrence, I think right now is ascending into a level that let's say like in a year or in 2 years, it's going to be him and Patrick Mahomes and everybody else. I don't think it's going to be close.
I mean, there's a reason he was the most highly touted prospect in who knows how
The
long.
Jags might be the first team in NFL history, though, to go from having the number one pick to making the playoffs. Like, that's some crazy talk.
in the same year, same calendar year.
Felipe said it in like week 2 or 3 that give us your take about Florida teams.
Yo, I did say that the Jaguars were the best team in Florida, and I mean, look, I got clowned for it at the time, which I understood because it was way out there, obviously, at the time because the Dolphins were looking pretty good and the Bucs still had Tom Brady in that. But what are we seeing, right? The Dolphins aren't what we thought they were. They have a good offensive system, but if if Tua's not playing well in it, then they're not performing. They're losing. They lost 4 straight now. The Bucs just at this point, we don't even have to explain the Bucs. The Bucs just suck right now, and Tom isn't good. And the Jaguars are climbing up, man. They're what 7-8 or something like that. They're going for a playoff run.
Tied for first in the division. Yeah,
they're on a playoff run. They're probably going to win the AFC South. They're going to be the only team. Probably going to be the only team to win the division. I guess the Bucs could win the division with the losing record, which sucks. But that just says it, man. The Jags are the best team in Florida right now.
Yeah, I would if I had to rank the Florida teams, I would go for sure Jags 1 right now, and then Dolphins Bucs. And I think Dolphins Bucs is actually a closer competition than Jags Dolphins is right now. To be completely honest,
I agree. All right, we'll move on for Adam's sake.
Adam, what do you think, Mr. Man?
No. Mr. Man is my father.
Oh, yeah, that is your father.
Actually, it's Dr. Man now.
I plead the
All right, let's move on.
Adam wants to kill me.
PhD.
We've already talked about a lot of things. Let's talk about one more factor cap here. Factor cap. Justin Jefferson should be MVP.
Cap. I mean, come on. What are we doing here? What are we doing here? What are we doing here?
I mean, Mahomes is the MVP, but I think Justin Jefferson should be more in the conversation than Jalen Hurts right now.
If Justin Jefferson's in the MVP conversation, so should Tyreek.
No.
So should potentially A.J. Brown and what he's done for Jalen Hurts' numbers. Yes, get the
Justin Jefferson is different.
Neither of those guys have had 10 100-yard games this season. Neither of those guys are leading their franchise in receptions.
Justin Jefferson might have... Justin Jefferson
all time.
Oh wow,
bro, we might be seeing the greatest
because the Dolphins
season.
are a poverty franchise.
Yeah, fact,
bro.
Justin Jefferson just beat out Randy Moss. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, he's on pace to break Calvin Johnson's record for receiving yards in a year.
And so was Tyreek, and it's slowed down.
But Tyreek is not anymore, and we're only 2 games left in the season.
What does he have right now?
It's not comparable.
It's not. Don't give me fucking Tyreek to Jjettas.
I'm just saying. I'm not saying he deserves the MVP. What I'm saying is, if you want to put Justin Jefferson in the MVP conversation, put fucking Tyreek there too.
What's the Dolphins' record?
Valuable player.
No, Tyreek is not in that conversation.
What's the Dolphins' record?
The Dolphins are 8-7. The Dolphins are 8-7.
The Vikings are 12-3. The Vikings are 12-3. The Dolphins are 8-7. It's not remotely close, bro. Kirk Cousins and Tua, pretty similar type quarterbacks in my opinion. Justin Jefferson is elevating Kirk Cousins that much more.
I don't care what their individual stats are. Justin Jefferson's stats are still, if they're not better, they're exactly the same. And the leg up JJ has is that their team wins. And it's because of him.
And he makes plays in those big time moments to get him in position to win. Every single time.
Now,
against the
I'm
Bills.
I'm not necessarily saying that a wide receiver should be MVP. I think they would need to have
I think that's what you're saying.
I'm just saying that Justin Jefferson's a better wide receiver than Tyreek Hill, and he's more valuable to his team.
I mean, so do you think Tyreek is the best receiver in the league? Do you think
he's been saying that?
Do you think he's better than Jjettas?
I do.
Why?
Because I think he provides something to the team that is different than Justin Jefferson. I think Justin Jefferson is a fantastic route runner, but when you have the speed of Tyreek and couple that with the fact that what he does for defenses, I'll take Tyreek over Justin Jefferson. I think it's completely subjective. I don't think it's an objective thing to look at and say, Justin Jefferson is the best wide receiver in the NFL because you're going to have someone say
Jamar. It's pretty objective.
No, it's
to look
not
at
because
that.
you're going to have someone say Jamar Chase. You're going to say he's still going to. Hey, are you still going to say Devontae Adams is the best wide receiver in the NFL?
Nah, I got Jjettas now.
Yeah,
bro.
see he thought about it.
He just says it's Jjettas.
But he thought about it.
No, he's got a Zoom delay.
He has the Zoom delay. He did not have to think about that at all.
Felipe's smiling. I know that.
It's up in the air, bro. It's up in the air.
It's up in the air. That's my point.
But it's not up in the air between Tyreek and Jjettas.
It's subjective. I could take Tyreek if I want.
You can.
You can.
You take him.
You'd be wrong, but you can do it.
I will take him. Thank you. Thank you.
Tyreek's a fast boy. He's a real fast boy.
And that fast boy's doing real good. That fast boy's doing real good, huh?
They lose games.
He's not doing Tyreek's not doing what Jjettas is doing. He's not doing what Devontae's doing. He's not doing what Cooper Kupp did last year. He's not doing that D-Hop does. He's not doing stuff that Jamar does.
No one is doing what Tyreek does. What the f*** are you smoking?
All he does is run fast.
And no one else can run fast like him.
Can you let Felipe chime in?
No, this is stupid. This is stupid.
I've been a Tyreek hater, though.
No, I agree. Like, a receiver's not going to win MVP, nor should they, unless they have the most insane season, not only for a receiver, but like as an offensive player ever, just because they don't hold the value that a quarterback holds. But I will say this, though, because Cooper Kupp last year, at this point, they were talking about MVP with Cooper Kupp. And I don't know why they're not talking about Justin Jefferson. I know there was the quote like yesterday that now it's like on IG. But it's not in the discussion like Cooper Kupp was last year. Now, I don't know why, because Cooper Kupp obviously elevated the Rams last year, but we all know that a big part of it was just a system that was working so well. Odell playing great in that system. Like, what's his name? Van Jefferson was awesome. Cam Akers was good, or not Cam Akers wasn't even playing. The running backs,
Darrell
Henderson or whatever. So the offense was just really good, and we were giving Cooper Kupp that love. I'm not trying to take away from Kupp, but if we're going to give Kupp that love, we should give just Jefferson that love. I think Jefferson will probably win Offensive Player of the Year. Just because he should get MVP love doesn't mean that he should be MVP. It's tough. If anything, I think we should start looking at defensive players for MVPs. Receivers are not that aren't crazy valuable. You know what I'm saying? You see what Dak is doing with subpar receivers outside of CD Lamb. Do they help? For sure, but
how dare you?
I think we should be looking at
T.Y. Hilton.
I think we should be looking at. T.Y. made a big play, but look, it helped him out. But I think we should be looking at the Bosa. We should be looking at Micah Parsons. We should be looking at not this year, but if there was a corner like I wouldn't say Sauce or like Surtain
like
this
Darrell,
year.
Darrell Revis in his prime, like that type of year.
Darrell Revis in his prime.
Yeah.
That you should look at an MVP like that because we all know that, especially when you get to the playoffs, and I know this is a regular season award, but turnovers win games, like takeaways win games, or they lose you games. And if you're a main player creating that, then you should be looked at. Aaron Donald the past few years, you know what I'm saying? So I wouldn't say Jefferson is, but I think
you watch a Niners or Cowboys game, and it's so evident how much they try to scheme against Nick Bosa and Micah Parsons. Like, those dudes are such game changers. Like, almost more than any receiver or skill position player.
I'm going to burst your bubble. Defensive players are not going to get the MVP. They're not going to get the love. Justin Jefferson,
they never will.
Not going to get the MVP love. But if there is a wide receiver that needs to be in the MVP conversation and deserves the love, and I know you guys will agree with this, it's Braxton Berrios.
Oh, there you go. Braxton Berrios, I can agree with that.
You know who should get love, honestly? Who should get MVP love? Offensive tackles, offensive linemen. You know, like if you could get a Trent, and I know Jack loves talking about Trent Williams because he's one of the best to ever do it. If you get a guy that has a clean sheet all year, not one sack, and when you look at run efficiency, run block efficiency, you look at pass block efficiency, and it's a clean slate.
Bro.
He's number one in everything.
Like
no
Lane Johnson this year?
I think we should look at a guy like that. Lane Johnson. You should look at a guy like that.
I actually agree with you. We were at each other's throats the last 5 minutes.
There's only so much you can do as offensive lineman, but if you have like a perfect season like that.
It's not sexy, but a left tackle and a right tackle, two of the most important positions in the NFL, and they should get love and nods over wide receivers, over a Derrick Henry crazy 2,000-yard type of season. Like, if there's any position outside the quarterback position that deserves MVP love, I totally agree with you. It should be tackles because where would we be without – and long snappers. Yeah.
All right, we got to move on. This was good.
That was great.
We're going to do our power ranking segment now. New Year's is right around the corner this weekend, New Year's Eve. So we're going to be doing our New Year. We're going to all be giving our New Year's resolutions. It's been a great year, I have to say. Quick year in review. Yeah. Caps off pod. So proud. So proud of what we built here. Thanks to all of you guys, listeners
at home.
Behind
the camera.
Not Ben. Ben did nothing. This is all about the listeners right here. You at home, I'm pointing at you if you're listening. If you're watching, you can see me looking directly into your eyes. You're the reason we're here.
You're the reason.
Thank you. Happy New Year.
Happy Yontif.
Let's get good Yontif. Let's get into let's get into our power rankings of our New Year's resolutions. We don't have to give 5. You can give a few, however many. Just a couple. List off a couple New Year's resolutions. Adam, why don't you start?
I got one. Yeah, I got one. One New Year's resolution from Adam Tabachnik.
Do you only have one?
Huh?
You don't just have one.
No, I have one.
That's it?
I have one.
Give it.
I found it.
Usually your lists are like fucking 25
The
worth.
one thing I'm looking forward to seeing in 2023, I need to see it more than anything. I want to see QB movement the same way we saw wide receivers move last offseason. I want to see this whole offseason explode, but from a quarterback perspective, the same way we saw Tyreek Devontae.
That would be sick.
Who else? Everyone went around the room and just went to another team and said, hey, I want out. I want to see it with quarterbacks. I want to see Tom Brady go to the Bucs. I want to see Tom Brady go to the 49ers.
I don't want to see that.
Oh.
I don't want to see
All right, hold on. Don't steal my mojo.
We can get
I want to see Lamar.
Doesn't want to see that.
I want to see Lamar to the Dolphins. I want to see Zach Wilson go somewhere. I want to see Trey Lance go somewhere. I want to see Tua maybe go somewhere. Derek Carr somewhere. Daniel Jones somewhere. I want to see every single person go here and there and there. I want to see quarterback movement to get me freaking going again.
Here's a bit of a take, because like how you brought up like, oh, like I want to see Tom Brady to the Niners. I want to see Daniel Jones go somewhere. As a 49er fan, I think I might rather have Daniel Jones for the next couple of years than Tom Brady.
Or Trey Lance.
Call me fucking crazy. No, Trey Lance, I don't even know to have a Trey Lance. I'm not talking about him. Call me fucking crazy. Call me a lunatic. Daniel Jones, low-key fits the Niners system perfectly. He doesn't ever turn the ball over. He's a little mobile, athletic, can create a little something. Tom Brady, probably the least athletic quarterback of the league at this point. What's he, 95? Like
96.
Yeah, and like he's just doing dink and dunk type bullshit passes at this point. He's not really throwing it down the field very much. Daniel Jones ain't afraid to throw it down if he wants to, but he's not going to try and do that.
Daniel
Jones
has been real good this year, and it leads me to my New Year's resolution.
I've heard some rumblings that that is a possibility.
I think that would be nice.
Do we have a parody bomb? A parody?
No, I'm not a fucking insider.
Parody bomb. Parody bomb.
No.
Vanilla Vic, Daniel Jones to the 49ers. You heard it here. A little tampering going on. Just saying. Wait, before we go into it, though.
I have mine, which
Wait,
directly
but can I
relates.
just ask the viewers what quarterback you want to see go somewhere? Where do you want to see him? You know, if you're watching this video, where do you want to see a quarterback end up?
Oh, my God. Adam looks like Lawrence Taylor after a
See,
sideline
no,
bump.
you thought I was fun. Why do you think
After
that's
a
crazy for me to
sideline
take
bump.
Daniel Jones over Tom Brady, even if I'm a Niner fan?
I'm just trying to be controversial.
I think I'm being more controversial than saying I wouldn't want Tom
All right,
Brady.
let me give you my New Year's resolution list, okay? Because I got a few, but I do want to talk about the Giants. This year for 2023, here are my New Year's resolutions. I want the Giants to get a top 5 wide receiver because we see that Daniel Jones has that ability. And we've been talking about this all year. We've been talking about it all year.
I'm just miming you.
We've been seeing this all year. We've been saying this all year. If a mid quarterback has a top 5 talent as a wide receiver, they can become a top 10 quarterback. I don't like that Adam is impersonating my hand motions. Now, I don't think that's always the case, and I think we've said there are outliers. Patrick Mahomes is the opposite, where that he doesn't need that top 5 guy. And obviously, there are times where a quarterback will have a receiver and they're top 5 and they still underperform. You know, Derek Carr hasn't been great this season.
Good voice crack.
Thanks.
Good point.
But I think Daniel Jones proved this year that he is making very shitty receivers better than they would be anywhere else. And I think if he had a top 5 receiver to throw to who actually catches the ball, because his weapons literally drop every pass, that he could be really good.
Who do you want? Who do you want? Any wide receiver?
I don't know. Give me any of them.
You know what I saw?
Diggs. Give me
I saw this in
Jamar Chase, Justin Jefferson, Devontae Adams.
I
Give
saw-
me any of them.
I saw this in a
I
mock
don't want
draft.
Tyreek. He's mid.
I saw this in a mock draft the other day.
I have others.
So the Bengals need to pay Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase very soon,
Higgins
right?
is out.
All this stuff. T. Higgins is probably going to be on the move.
Yeah,
soon.
but it won't be this year.
I would take T. Higgins in a.
It won't be this year.
I heard it might be this offseason. I don't know. It
I have-
depends.
I
It
have-
depends on the
Wait,
type of run that the
Matan's
Bengals make.
got more.
I've
If
got
the
more to
Bengals
my
make a run
list.
and make the Super Bowl or win it, just let me cook for f***'s sake.
You know what you look like? Pepto-Bismol.
He doesn't.
Yo, shout out
That's
Joey
Joey
Chestnut.
Bismol?
Yeah.
Asterisk. I don't know.
All right. I got more of my other New Year's resolution. Another thing I want this year, I really want to hit a parlay for once. I didn't hit, I think I maybe hit one in all of 2022. Let me hit one more in 23.
You got to take it from Felipe.
I know.
Felipe's
Felipe's out here hitting
That's
bombs.
facts.
5 to win 1,000, which is ridiculous.
Yeah, bro, he's Steph pulling up against the
I would
Thunder
take
from
those.
f***ing
I
deep.
tip those every week, and I'm down a whole lot of money.
Gotta get lucky. So you gotta get lucky sometimes.
All right, here's a little bit of a far-fetched New Year's resolution.
Nothing.
You want to get
Let's-
paid?
Let's
What?
make NFL call your own fouls because I think
Yes!
I trust
Street
the
ball,
players
street
more at
ball.
this point than
Yeah.
the refs.
Yeah.
Street ball kind of shit, right? You're
like
playing
it.
pickup with your boys.
Yeah.
You get fouled. You don't get fouled. You don't call it. It's respect. It's a gentleman's sport, you know?
Yeah.
I think if the players were calling their own fouls, it would be more even.
Maybe we take it a step further and make it a little NFL street and put some walls on the side, and then they could
man.
jump off the side.
So you want
That's
arena
nostalgia.
football?
Yeah.
Arena
Yeah.
football.
I have a great idea.
I
It's
just
called
the refs
put-
sucked in 2022. Let's hope that they're better in 23, especially the playoffs and the Super Bowl are in 23.
Imagine
It's a
Tom
scary
Brady in
thing
the
to get to.
pocket.
I think it's a great
Imagine
list.
Tom Brady in the
Thanks, man.
pocket. He'd be calling roughing the passer like 3 out of every 4 plays, bro.
Every f***ing time.
Obviously.
Or Mac Jones.
No, but I
That
think when he says
jackass.
call your own fouls, it's as like the person that's committing the foul, right? Because like that's.
I got you.
Or are you saying
Like tag your
No, it's like pickup ball. Like you get fouled. On
Oh,
pickup
okay,
basketball,
okay,
I
you
see.
you call the foul.
I
we
wasn't
know-
sure if you meant like as like if I'm a defender, I'm like, yo,
so maybe it could be a little problematic.
like last night in that Chargers game, Derwin James like, bro, I hit him with the shoulder. That was clean.
That was
exactly.
bullshit.
example. That's a good example.
Yeah.
Hey, good resolution.
Thanks,
I wish
man.
you the best in 23.
I kind of hate New Year's resolutions usually because I feel like I know I'm not going to commit to them.
Huh.
So everyone's like, "Oh, I'm going to work out this year. I'm going to do whatever I need to do, eat healthy."
Hey, Felipe, what's your New Year's resolution?
All right, I got a few New Year's resolutions. So, number one, it's very short term, and nobody gives a fuck except for me and my management team. And Jack is part of that team. Is that I win both my fantasy leagues, including one of them, which is my dynasty league. I'm in 2 championships. So obviously, this week is a big week, bro. I had Devontae Smith and CeeDee Lamb in the same game, bro.
Wow,
That's 60. That's like 65 combined. Dude, we just know how to manage, and I couldn't do it without my advisory board. I couldn't do it without the people like Jack that are out here grinding, sweating, bleeding, and all that just so we could win.
As a booster, the top booster of the Felipe Fontes Dynasty squad. I'm really proud to see the moves that we made this year paid off. Man, if we can get Lamar back too for the championship. Yeah. Good luck stopping us. Good luck.
No, nobody's stopping us. Seriously, bro. All right, number 2, second year resolution. I said it on my Christmas list, and I'll bring it up again. Justin Fields to be a top 7 quarterback in 2022. I just want to see him develop into an even better passer, and I want to see Chicago, who has a shit ton of cap space, 2 times more cap space than the next team. I want to see them develop the offense around him and bring him more talent.
They could trade
he has no fucking talent.
They could trade their early pick in the draft for T. Higgins if that's when they're letting him be available.
Just to clarify, you meant to say Justin Fields to be a top 7 quarterback in 2023, right?
Oh, did I say 20? Who did I say? Did I say someone
2022. I just want to clarify.
2022. See, I forget what year it is already.
It's
That's
okay.
how you know, man.
I can't believe it's almost 2023, bro.
2023. Excuse me. Yeah, 2023. The next thing I want running backs to become relevant again, man. I feel like this past year, like they're just not important. You talk about Jonathan Taylor, like the top guys, the upper echelon guys, they're just not the same anymore. Jonathan Taylor, Derrick Henry, Nick Chubb. Like these guys all started off pretty well and they've kind of fallen off. And I feel like we're in a position now, especially with guys like Tony Pollard, who's, like a 3rd or 4th round pick that has explosiveness, that has different tools, or, you see these different types of guys everywhere. In New York for the Jets, what's his name? Zonovan Knight. Like, who is this guy, right? That is just performing, because a running back isn't, let's say, a position where you need the most talented guy. It's one of the most plug-and-play positions, but it's so much more fun when you have Adrian Petersons and you have Le'Veon Bells and prime Ezekiel Elliott's and guys like that, Christian McCaffrey. So I kind of want to see the running back position be elevated.
It's just not that type of league anymore. That's the sad part. Like I feel like we all grew up with those star running backs. And just now it's just not really a thing.
But it was that type of league like last year, like Jonathan Taylor and Dalvin Cook and Alvin Kamara. Like, think about all the guys this year that just aren't like good anymore. And we know they're still good, but they're just not. There's something in the air, man.
I like
something
that.
in the air. And then another thing I need, New Year's resolution, to help for CeeDee Lamb at wide receiver. This is more for Dak Prescott, but CeeDee Lamb has now become the 2nd highest graded wide receiver on PFF. That's pretty awesome, because we were questioning whether he's a wide receiver 1 in the beginning of this year. So he clearly is a wide receiver 1. He showed it in a big time game this weekend. We need more help. We saw what T.Y. Hilton for one play can do for him. And then lastly, I need Bijan Robinson to fall to me in Dynasty. That's a New York resolution I have, because look, the best managers are worried about winning championship this year. But the greatest of all time managers, fantasy managers, are worried about the draft next year already. In January. It's still December, so December. So I need Bijan Robinson to fall to me, or I'm going to trade up, maybe get rid of a couple pieces.
That's my manager right there. That's my fucking manager, because we got a championship coming up this week, and he's still thinking draft.
Yep.
He's still thinking the future.
He knows what he's talking about.
I mean, I've been in on the talks of the draft board and everything, and I think that's our number 1 priority is getting Bijan.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, you need the chips to fall to you for that, too.
But you also trust the guy that's been building.
Oh, I know what he's doing. Yeah, he's doing great stuff for us. And, in my little schedule, we gave up Josh Jacobs, because he might be on the move this offseason. I don't know. But if we get Bijan, it doesn't matter.
It'll work out.
Doesn't matter.
What do you got, Jack? It's a good list.
Wait, is he done?
I think he's done.
I'm done. Yeah, that was my list.
List.
I got 2.
Thanks.
I got 2 New Year's resolutions. My first one is for Kay Adams to recognize my existence.
Hey, Kay.
Nice.
Just that.
Wow.
Kay, he's
That's a
right here.
huge one.
He's right here.
Yeah.
Give her one of these.
I mean, the stash won't be there if she likes beards.
Right down the
just-
bench.
I know Shams,
Just talk to her
Shams,
right
whatever.
now. Talk
Give
to
her one
right
of
now.
these.
Talk to her
Okay.
right now.
Honey,
Okay.
what's up? I know Shams got a beard. I can grow that back. I usually have it. But if you like funny guys, if you like a little cuddly teddy bear, end of the day, I got you, honey. Anyway, so that's one that probably won't happen,
Hey,
but that would be
never
cool.
say never.
No, it probably won't.
Say never.
But it's fine. It's fine. I know she wears Bengals stuff sometimes. I see on
But so
Twitter.
do you.
I do happen to own some Bengals gear. I'm going to the Bengals game against the Bills this weekend. That'll be sick.
I think it'll work out.
Yeah, I think we're meant to be. Anyway, number 2 is I just want to fix Madden. I don't care if I got to go in and learn how to f***ing code. I will fix the damn game myself. When we were kids, Madden 07, dude. That was one of the greatest games of all time with Sean Alexander on the cover. You could make a My Career player. You send him to the barber shop, a little 5'10" white dude to get cornrows. Take him to the tattoo parlor, you get all that stuff. There's just so much more customization. There's way more fun going on. I don't know. Madden now is not it. It just sucks, and I miss Madden.
That's a
That's a
great.
good-
That is
it's
a
a good one.
fantastic.
That's a good
resolution.
one.
That's a
good
great one. That game stinks. It's by far the worst.
Although I think the downfall is overrated. I don't think it's that bad, but
They just don't
907
update
is
it.
the
They don't
greatest
update
ever,
it. They
bro.
slap a new number on it and say, "Hey,
Literally.
we update it." They add a new little mode here and there and just put some spiffy name
Bro,
that
like
us dumb people can't understand.
I'm not a big Ultimate Team multiplayer kind of guy. It's not me.
concussions.
I like the season modes. I like the My Career modes. And they're like, do you
There
remember
you
that
go.
one?
So that makes sense.
Do you remember the one with Tom Brady? It was the legacy mode or some stupid like that. That sucked.
Well, maybe Kay
That was a
can get it
couple
done.
years
And
ago.
maybe Kay can.
Kay,
Put in a good
hook
word.
me up. Hook it up for me. Honestly.
And if you need Pepto-Bismol,
He goes, hook it up for me or hook up with me.
Bro, she
So
I
funny.
missed that one.
she
She
could.
does good work.
All right, good work.
Hey,
Good
Jack,
episode.
you want to close
She
us
does.
out?
Yeah, hey, if anyone that's listening knows Kay Adams, her manager, anyone, tell her Jack_Prody on all social platforms. Anyway, appreciate
I love
y'all listening. It's been fun. And guess, will we see you Friday for
Yeah, Friday
predictions?
predictions
Friday
episode.
Or should we do Thursday predictions with Thursday
Yeah, we'll
football? I
do
don't
Friday.
know.
We'll record
It's a
it
weird
before
week.
Friday.
We gotta go.
Yeah.
Hey, appreciate y'all, though.
I love you
Thanks.
guys. Join our Discord.
Peace.
Bye.
Disagree with our takes? Let us know in the comments. Remember to like, subscribe, and we need to get to 1,000 subscribers. When we do, we're giving away merch, so share with all your friends.